Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into some really powerful ideas about happiness, wealth, and what it actually means to live a good life. And we're doing it through the incredible experiences of an interviewer and humanitarian named Diana Chungjing Tana Karn.
Okay, so let's just jump right in with this observation Diana made that'll really make you think. After interviewing hundreds of people, she realized the richest person she ever met was also the loneliest. And the poorest family? They were the happiest. I mean, picture this. She walks into this massive mansion, chandeliers from France, tons of luxury cars, and there's just one person living there, all alone. Then, contrast that with a tiny hut on a hill, packed with generations of a family, just full of laughter, sharing the few eggs their chickens laid. The difference is just staggering.
In this quote, this really gets to the heart of the paradox, doesn't it? What she found was that for the super wealthy, relationships can become, well, transactional. People are drawn to the money, the business deals, the assets, not to the actual person. It highlights this crazy trade-off. The very moment you have everything you could possibly buy, you risk losing the one thing you can't, a real, genuine human connection.
Now, this whole paradox isn't just for billionaires and mansions. Nope, it plays out every single day in a place you and I both know very well: social media.
Diana asks us to think about a feeling we've all had. You know the one. You're just scrolling through your feed, and instead of feeling connected or happy for people, you just feel annoyed or maybe a little inadequate. So why is that? Why does looking at other people's lives so often leave us feeling kind of empty?
Well, here's the core reason, and it's so important to remember. It's a totally unfair comparison. No one is posting a picture of their messy kitchen or a boring, lonely Tuesday night. They post the highlight reel, right? The fancy coffee, the trip to Japan, the perfect Valentine's date. So we're sitting there comparing our behind-the-scenes reality to their greatest hits reel, and that is a game you can never, ever win.
And this quote just brilliantly illustrates the big secret of social media. That person whose life seems absolutely perfect online, the one you envy the most, they might just be the person who's struggling the hardest behind that perfectly curated image. That perfect picture often hides a reality that, honestly, you probably wouldn't envy at all.
So you might be wondering, how did Diana get this unique perspective? Well, it wasn't just from interviewing people in some comfortable studio. It was forged in some of the most challenging, most heartbreaking situations you can imagine. Her perspective was really built through 3 defining chapters of her life. As you can see here on the timeline, each one taught her a deeper and deeper lesson about humanity, about suffering, and about what it truly means to be alive. Just imagine that for a second. This wasn't a story she read about. This was something she saw with her own eyes as a refugee ambassador. A family so hungry that their only meal was an imagined one, cut from a newspaper. An experience like that, it shows you a level of hardship that just puts all of our daily problems into a really sharp perspective. And it also reveals the incredible resilience of the human spirit, just to find a way to survive another day.
But, it was her work on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic that gave her the most profound lesson of all. Hearing the cries of relatives through a phone, comforting a mother who had just lost her child, she was seeing life and death in its rawest form. And for her, that experience just fundamentally redefined the word suffering. It's exactly why she says this now.
So you take all these intense, life-altering experiences, and they all culminate in a really simple but incredibly powerful philosophy for how we should treat one another in our everyday lives.
This phrase, it's such a powerful reminder that we never ever truly know the battle someone else is facing. You know that person who seems irritable or distant or just plain angry? They might be dealing with something huge just below the surface. Their struggle might seem small to us, but to them, it's a war.
So how do we actually put this idea into action? It's pretty simple, really. The next time you encounter someone who's clearly frustrated, instead of reacting with your own frustration, just pause, take a breath. Try to look past their exterior and just see the person inside who might just need a little bit of grace. You don't even have to say anything. Sometimes just a silent gesture of understanding can be more than enough.
Okay, so after learning to see others with more empathy, we get to the final and, honestly, the most important step. It's time to turn that compassionate lens inward and rediscover what truly nourishes our own spirit.
Diana has this fantastic name for it: soul food. And this just brilliantly illustrates what so many of us have lost track of, right? We get so focused on earning more money, on hitting that next career goal, that we completely forget to feed the part of us that actually makes life feel worth living in the first place.
To find your soul food, you have to ask yourself a different kind of question. I want you to really think about this for a second. Forget what society or your parents or your Instagram feed tells you that you should want. What did you want? What brought you pure, simple joy before the world came in and complicated everything? And her own examples are perfect because they show that soul food isn't some grand, extensive thing. For her, when she's stressed out, it's eating ice cream and watching old Care Bears cartoons. And why? Because it's simple, it's comforting, and it reconnects her to a time of pure, uncomplicated happiness. It's a reminder that everyone has their own unique color and their own power to share with the world.
She uses this beautiful metaphor of a lavender field. And for anyone who thinks this whole idea is a bit too idealistic, her response is perfect. She says, of course the world is harsh. That's exactly why you need a safe, happy place in your own mind where you can go to heal and recharge before you have to step back out there and face life's battles.
And that's really the ultimate takeaway from this whole journey. After looking at wealth, social media, and empathy, the only thing left to do is ask yourself, what is my soul food? What brings me that simple, pure joy? And when the world gets too loud, where is my lavender field?